Some 40,000 years ago, at the beginning of the last phase of the Old Stone Age, called the Upper Paleolithic, human beings began to act very differently from the way they ever had before. For some 2 million years, they had fashioned simple stone tools, and for 500,000 they had controlled fire and hunted cooperatively in groups. But 40,000 years ago, as the great ice sheets that had covered the northern continents retreated by fits and starts, humans started to invent and make new things at a tremendous rate, like a slow-ascending firecracker that suddenly explodes into 1,000 sparks of varied color, shooting in 1,000 directions. These newly creative hunter-gatherers produced novel tools, such as awls, pins, and various chisel-like burins, but they also began to sculpt animals, people, and other information, possibly calendrical, on pieces of ivory and bone, and to make quantities of beads for adornment. People of the Upper Paleolithic painted pictures of animals and drew around their own hands on cave walls. This is the period of the famous Stone Age paintings from Lascaux, Altamira, and other caves in France and Spain. Just as important, and more to our purpose here, these ancestors invented string and sewing, and thus provided the first chapter in the story of women's long association with the fiber crafts. As near as we can place it, the event occurred 20 to 30,000 years ago, right in the middle of the Upper Paleolithic. While others were painting caves or knapping fancy flints, some genius hit upon the principle of twisting handfuls of little weak fibers together into long, strong thread. How do we know this? Nothing so perishable has survived those 25 to 35,000 years. Although by some miracle one bit of neatly spun and plied cordage has made it through from about 15,000 BC, our earliest evidence is indirect. We infer this humble yet crucial invention from significant changes in other objects of a sturdier nature. The Upper Paleolithic culture known to paleontologists as the Gravettian, from the name of the French site where it was first recognized, La Gravette, on the Dordogne River, seems to have sprung up in Central and Eastern Europe, spreading gradually westward along the south edge of the Great Ice Sheet to southern France and Spain. Radiocarbon dates suggest that the Gravettian culture lasted roughly 6,000 years, from 26,000 to 20,000 BC,